Hello everybody, I'm Jonathan. Welcome to another video. And in this video I'm gonna show you my process doing a baby dragon, and I really hope you guys will enjoy to watch this process. So let's get started. So as usual, I'm doing here the sketch stage. As you can see, the topic we can talk about today, it is much more about how you can improve your art skills. I'm gonna share with you my art experience in this video while I'm sketching here and doing my vector stuffs. So if you want to follow, just pause and see how I'm applying the vectors and the techniques, okay? And to be honest, my experience about art, mainly for the painting side, is not very strong. So I identify myself much more sort of designer. And this is the reason that I really enjoy to use vector tools to make my stuffs. And of course, if you are already familiar with Procreate, you guys can do your sketch using Procreate as well. And as you can see here, I'm using the pencil tool to make the character's head. And you can start to draw the limbs, as you can see here, and I'm using here the fill tool at the same time while I'm drawing the vector shapes. Probably you already see a lot of kind of eyes that I did here on the YouTube channel, and for this one I will do a little bit different character eyes, as you can see here. So for this one I will apply sort of more gradient and vibrant colors. Alright, and now I'm gonna use the ellipse tool and convert it to curve so you guys can change this shape, as you can see here. I really recommend you guys, if you want to be a illustrator, just take a little bit of practice about the sketching and the creation, mainly for drawings, because these skills is really important when you are creating, right? And take advantage of this explanation. You guys are invited to join in my Patreon community, where I'm trying to explore more about some theories and practice. Of course, no bullshit on there, so you guys can practice with some exercises that I will provide to you only on there. And of course, with more you practice, more you get better. And at the end of each exercises, I want to be able to review your results, and I'm gonna record a video to post on my Patreon explaining how you guys can achieve easy and fast results by doing these exercises. Alright, okay, here I'm doing the character's arms, as you can see, and now I'm applying here the character's belly using insert side options and also in the tail. And as usual, I'm applying here my symbols techniques to mirror these eyes. Now I'm gonna just disable the symbols synchronization because I don't want these light effects to be mirrored also, okay? As you can see here, I'm changing just this light and it is not taking effect to another side. And you guys can apply the same technique to the ears. As you can see, I'm duplicating this ear and just flipping. Now you can just drag and drop to the layers below. And now I'm just gonna select all these details shapes and I will mirror as well. And just click on the flip option, you're gonna be fine. So I will just select here the sketch layers so you guys can change this blend mode, as you can see here. Why I'm doing this? I'm doing this to see better where the lights can be applied, and I'm applying this using shapes. So I really recommend you guys, before you apply some random lights, first try to understand where the lights will be applied. And here I'm just applying these lights over these head surfaces. Now I'm just gonna apply the Gaussian blur effects over these shapes, as you can see here. And as you can notice, the incredible thing is happening. The shape is become very soft. I didn't use the fill tool to make these blend modes. Now I'm just gonna apply some stroke over these eyes to make the eyes lashes. And here I will apply the shadow. I will do this by selecting the head and apply the fill tool, as you can see here. And I'm using the ellipse tool mode for this blend mode, and you guys can apply more points and apply some light, different colors by the saturations, and you're gonna see a really nice blend results. And now I've just selected my vector brush. You guys can download this for free in my Notes link. And here you guys can apply some lines with this vector brush. You guys can use the color picker as I'm doing here. I've just grabbed the bottom side shadow and I'm applying here the lines. It is amazing the way you guys can apply this vector brush. You guys can use the stroke to control the size. You guys can use the color panel to change these colors to light to shadows, as you can see here, and mainly to control. And now I'm just applying the fill tool over this iris, as you can see, and change this color by the gradients. You guys can apply some different colors as well. And in order to add more details to these eyes, I will apply another shape, and I'm just using here the transparency tool. You guys can see and repeat as well. And I will just show you how I can apply a really vibrant colors to these eyes. I'm gonna use the vector brush, as you can see here again, and I'm just selecting a new color here. You guys can apply some lines with this vector brush, and here I will apply some blend modes, different blend modes, in order to make more vibrant color, you know. And this is really amazing. And you guys can apply a little bit of Gaussian blur over this pupil, and here I will just select these eye shapes and I'm gonna apply the outer glow effects. And now I will just apply a little bit of gradient over this white ball shape. Okay, and now I'm gonna select the vector brush and I will apply a little bit of shadows here, but you guys can control this intensity by the opacity, as you can see here. And if you are enjoying to watch these videos and my techniques, please just leave a thumbs up. I really will appreciate that. And you can leave a comment below as well. And back in here, what I'm doing here, do you remember that I did this ear by using the symbols tools? So this is the trick again. I am using these shapes and applying some changes, and this is the synchronized ears. And here I'm using the fill tool to apply a little bit of lights, and as you can see, I'm applying just to one ear and applying automatically to another side because it is mirrored. And here I'm applying a little bit of shading on this horn. Is it horn? Okay. And now I will apply the vector brush, as you can see, to apply a little bit of shadows. It's really amazing, and you guys can do this as well. And really, I don't know why I did this eyebrow. I don't know, but let's keep going doing this. And now in this layers panel, you guys can drag and drop the heads above the body, you know. You don't want to see your body above the heads. Please don't do that. And you guys can take a time to arrange all this a little bit boring, you know. I don't like to organize my layers, but you guys need to do that. Don't mess up your project. And I'm using here the fill tool just to apply a little bit of light in this tail, you know. And here I will apply the same effects to these arms, and as you can see, I've just copy, you know, and apply to another arms. And to match these different shapes with different colors, you guys can use the transparency tool to blend these colors together. And here I'm applying again the vector brush because I really love to use. Okay, and I'm applying now the shadows by using the vector brush. You guys can download this, don't forget it. It's free, okay? And I don't want to hear excuses from you. Just do it. And share with me your results. I will really appreciate. And the trick thing that I'm applying here, it is the contrast. This means that I'm applying the light to bounce the arms in order to not fade these arms Oh, it's quite hard to explain this, but the trick is apply the light over these edges, alright? And before we forget, I've applied the Gaussian blur to soften more the colors between the skin and the belly, as you can see. And you guys can copy the belly layer effects and apply it to the tail, the yellow part, you know. And here I'm starting to just apply a little bit of adjustments in this character, as you can see here, increasing the stroke of this mouth, and you can apply a little bit of adjustments over these nose holes, as you can see here. Now I will just apply the inner glow over this entire group. As you can see, it is applying in the heads, in the body. And to make a little bit cute this character that I really enjoy to make cute things, I will apply a cheeky. I will do this cheeky and using a Gaussian blur to soften more and blend these colors together. And here I'm applying the shadows, applying some transparency too, as you can see, and applying the Gaussian blur. And I noticed that we have a little bit of buggy between the belly and the shadows, but to be honest, I don't want to cut everything that I do wrong, because I want to teach you that when you do something wrong, it's good. You don't need to be afraid to fail. You don't need to be afraid to make mistakes in your drawings. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Please just try. And you guys are invited to join me in my art community that I'm creating. In there I will post some exercises and I will help you with these skills. You guys can use Affinity Design on desktop or an iPad, because I'm using much more now Affinity Design than Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop. So it is really amazing to have you here, and this is the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.